My love, listen to me with your heart wide open because every word I am about to speak carries the weight of my soul. If anyone, no matter who they are, ever dares to step between us, they will be walking straight into a storm they can't withstand. This is not just emotion speaking, this is truth, the kind that burns quietly and never dies. From the moment our eyes met, something deep inside me decided you were mine, not in the way the world misunderstands possession, but in the way a heartbeat belongs to the body, in the way air belongs to breathe. I made a promise that day, silent but unshakable. I swore that I would guard you with every ounce of strength in me, even if the world tried to pull you away, because the idea of losing you does not just frighten me, it unveils everything I am. People think love is about tenderness and poetry, but they don't see the fire that comes with it. They don't understand that when something becomes the center of your existence, you will move mountains to keep it safe. You are not just someone I care about. You are the ground beneath my feet, the voice that steadies me when the noise of the world grows too loud. When something that real exists, you don't just let anyone touch it. You defend it, you fight for it as if it's your last breath. When I see someone look at you too long or hear whispers that don't sit right with me, something furious tears in my chest. It's not anger, it's instinct. My hands tighten, my pulse races, and every part of me says one thing: no one touches what's mine. I know it sounds furious, maybe even fighting, but my love for you is not soft, it's powerful. It's the kind of love that builds walls, not to trap, but to protect. Even if someone close to us tried to twist the truth or poison the bond we share with lies, I would see through it instantly. I would burn every bridge they thought they could use to reach us. I will never stand still while someone tries to take you away from me. Every night before I close my eyes, I imagine us together, untouched by the noise outside. But sometimes shadows creep into my thoughts, hands reaching, voices whispering, eyes watching, and I wake up with fire running through my veins, ready to push every threat away before it even breathes near you. You have to understand something, my love. You are not a passing chapter in my story. You are the story itself, the beginning, the middle, the end. Without you, the pages fall apart, the ink fades, the meaning disappears, and I would not let anyone try to wipe those pages away, anyone foolish enough to think they can come between us will soon learn what it means to challenge something built on truth, loyalty, and fire. Because this is not just love, it's survival. Without you, I lose my compass. Without you, the world feels heavy and cold. That's why I will fight with everything I am. Losing you is not an option. If someone wants to test that, they will discover that I don't fear pain, scares, or battles. The only thing I fear is a life where your name is not mine to whisper. When I say I will destroy anyone who tries to take you, I don't mean violence or rage. I mean I will dismantle every lie, every scheme, every manipulation that dares to threaten us. My strength does not come from fury, it comes from focus. My will is sharper than their plans, and my silence is stronger than their noise. You are mine not because I own you, but because our souls found each other in a world too chaotic to make sense. We belong to each other, and I will guard that belonging with everything inside me. Anyone who tries to break it will find themselves shattering instead. There are nights I can't sleep because my mind would not rest until I have made sure you are safe. I have learned that love is not about chores, it's about control. So I move carefully, I listen, I watch, I act without noise. I don't want explosions, I want precision, I want quiet victories that no one sees coming. I walk streets where whispers start, and I make eye contact with people who think they can get close. I don't have to shout, I don't have to threaten. One look tells them everything. I collect the small details, the names, the times, the careless words, because proof is power, and power in silence is the kind that ends threats before they even begin. When people approach you with smiles too sweet or advice too convenient, I don't argue with them, I let them talk. I let their arguments make them careless. They leave traces, old messages, unfinished favors, digital footprints they thought were hidden, and one by one I follow them until their own games fold in on themselves, because the best way to end manipulation is not to play louder, it's to play smarter. I don't fight this alone. I have built a circle of quiet strength around us, good people, smart people, people who don't scare easily and know how to see truth in the dark. We meet like ordinary friends, coffee, laughter, but behind every meeting is purpose. We keep light where shadows like to grow, because when dissent people unite, lies die. That's how we stay safe. I even brought in someone who understands the world beneath the surface, a professional who knows how to track patterns without leaving a trace. They showed me things I never noticed before: the timing of certain calls, the repetition of a name, the same meeting places over and over. From those details, a picture started forming, a web of whispers, tiny manipulations, quiet hands trying to move the strings. But now every thread is exposed, and when lies are dragged into the light, they crumble. That's how I protect you. No, not with shouting, but with truth. I have learned that revenge is tempting but useless. Revenge makes noise, it gives the enemy a stage. I don't want a stage, I want peace. I don't want chores around you, I want silence, safety, and calm. So instead of revenge, I choose results. I move slowly, deliberately. I pull every root of their schemes out of the ground until there's nothing left for them to hold onto because a storm does not need to roar to destroy, it just needs to move in silence. Sometimes I study the reasons people do what they do. Not all of them act out of hate. Some crave attention, others hunger for control. When I find the source of that hunger, I cut it off. No more favors, no easy access, no secrets to trade. When the supply dries up, the trouble dies too. Power that feeds on shadows can't survive in the open. I have started treating our safety like a garden. I prune the parts that grow wild and plant new habit where we once were careless, changed passwords, new routines, safer patterns. A strong home is not made of walls, is not it's made of awareness, and I am building that around us piece by piece. If anyone tries to twist our story, your story, I meet it with calm truth. I don't argue, I don't shout, I present the facts, the dates, the words, the messages. Truth, when spoken with stillness, has a power that lies can't match. It's clean, it's sharp, it leaves no room for doubt. There are moments when I have to step into rooms I don't want to enter, places where people who smile too easily gather to whisper. I go there quietly, listen, and take note of every careless word they think no one hears. Later, when I lay those words out, their confidence looks small and foolish. They forget that even a whisper echoes when truth repeats it. I don't make threats, I make consequences inevitable. If someone ever tries to strain your name or twist our story, I would not fight them with noise. I will use the one weapon that never misses the truth. I will show every step of their decide. I will expose how it began, who helped it grow, and why it exited. Once the pattern is visible, lies lose their teeth. People see what's real, and the false voices fade into nothing. Sometimes protection takes the shape of patience. The law is slow, but its steps are heavy, so I keep everything records, messages, receipts, screenshots. Every injustice is a piece of evidence. When the time comes, I will hand it over to those who know how to make the law bite back. Because justice, when it finally strikes, leaves no loose ends. There are people who think power or money can reach us. They are wrong. I close every back door they think they can use. I seal every path they might try to walk. I cut their route, financial, social, emotional, until they stand alone with nothing left to pull from. But my love, I tell you all of this not to frighten you. I tell you so you know that I am not just dreaming of your safety. I am working for it. Every move I make is deliberate. Every quiet act builds a barrier around us. You don't see the gears turning, but they are always in motion. I don't act out of fear, act of out of devotion. Protection is not control, it's care. I refuse to hide you from the world. You deserve to walk freely, to shine. My job is not to make your world smaller, but to make it safer. I build light, not walls. I have asked people who love us to stand nearby, not as gods, but as steady hearts. They notice things, they speak when needed, and together they make the shadows smaller. You will notice little things I have done, lights that turn on when you arrive, phones that never lose signal, roads that feel calmer. None of it is random. Every small act is a quiet promise. I have learned that safety does not come from panic, it comes from preparation. So we build routines that make danger hesitate. One night I even set a harmless test, a note left where someone once lingered. I watched from afar as they reached for it. Their street light flickered, a car turned the corner, and they froze, and then they walked away. Sometimes being seen is all it takes to end a game. I have also made sure no one can twist our story before it reaches others. I have sent messages to those who matter, calm, steady words telling them that truth might take time, but it always arrives. That why when lies appear, they already know to wait, and waiting is all truth needs to win. Every file I keep, every quiet word I speak, every step I take, it's all for one reason. You are my peace, my purpose, my promise. Without you, I am unfinished. So I will keep building, keep fighting quietly, keep walking this long road until every shadow that once threatened us is gone. And when it's finally over, when the last note is united and the last whisper fades, I will come home, I will sit across from you, my hands open to the table, no secrets between us. I will show you everything I have done. Not to impress you, but to prove that love, when it's real, protects, heals, and endures. Then we will walk forward together, steady and unshakable, leaving the noise behind us. Because, my love, the world can try as hard as it wants, built, it will never take you from me, not because I am stronger, but because what we have is built on truth, and truth never breaks.